It's beefy, baby.
Hey.
My name is Luke Hodson.
Alex Morrison.
Hey.
You ready? I'm ready.
It's a movie podcast.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Grease-soaked mess.
It's a movie podcast.
Hey. Rated PG-13. Hey.
Your mom didn't make that casserole.
Beef.
Hi, everyone.
Well.
Welcome to 26.
Welcome to 26. We knew the exact number this time.
Yeah, I was fucking ready with it.
I know. Alex was so prepped.
Happy birthday, Mazel Tov. Congratulations.
Congrats.
You know, if it's your birthday, if it's an anniversary of some kind, or a very sad day of death and depression,
Oof.
we're here for you.
We're here for you.
My name is Alex Morrison,
My name is Luke Hodson.
and we're here today to review Brokeback Mountain, which came out in the year 2005.
Yes.
Yeah. So, pal, what's your dealio?
What's the dealio?
How you doing?
Doing just fine. Chilling out, sitting, watching movies with my buddy.
With my best friend.
Yeah.
It's like what we do. We've been very busy.
We've been running all over the place.
Yeah, running all over the place. We did Brokeback Mountain. We're going to do Power Rangers right after this, which was really fun to watch, I think.
It was something.
Can't wait to talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Question of the day. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have to wear cowboy boots for the rest of your life or a cowboy hat for the rest of your life?
I would say probably cowboy boots.
For the rest of your life. Why?
I feel like there are more. Maybe cowboy hat.
And I mean permanently. You can't take one or the other off.
Ever?
Depending on what you choose.
Ever. Even when I bathe.
Yes.
Well, in Brokeback Mountain, it didn't matter because they had them both on at all times.
Naked or not.
Yeah, they were when they were like showering. They either or like bathing in the river. They either just had their cowboy hat on or just their boots on.
Yeah.
Can I wear like different colored cowboy boots, or does it have to be the same?
No, it has to be the same cowboy boots, but you can wear different socks.
I can wear different socks,
Yeah,
but
or
not
no
different
socks.
cowboy boots.
Yeah, anything under the boot, it doesn't matter, but you have to wear the same boot for the rest of your life.
I think I'll do boots. I'll
Why?
do cowboy boots.
Why?
I feel like there's like certain places where like you aren't really supposed to wear a hat. I feel like it's kind of lax now, but yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'll do boots, and the cowboy boots are making a resurgence. I think, and just in fashion in general.
Yeah, you have so much protection over your ankles and like
You
the
do.
lower part of your shins.
You're
like,
extra sturdy.
extra sturdy.
Yeah.
You probably won't fall or trip in them.
Probably not at all.
They're kind of like they're there for all terrain. They're all terrain vehicle shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I don't know. I think I'd pick the hat, and I'd only pick the hat because you very rarely see a tiny black man wearing cowboy hats every day. But everyone would know me. They'd be like, "That's the fucking guy. That's the guy with the cowboy hat." And it would be black. I'd have a black one.
I'd have black cowboy boots.
Yeah. We make one full cowboy.
There we go. We're
Minus the
unstoppable.
nose. I was in Texas a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my cousin Noah for his beautiful wedding. It was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And we went to this.
I was there too. I was hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
Alex brought me in a suitcase.
Yeah. No one knew.
Nope.
No one had
just
any
me.
idea.
Alex didn't even know.
No. Wait, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, is that why my bag was so heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. I never looked inside. I never changed my clothes or anything.
Yep.
So I was in Texas last week, and I went to a boot store. Boots are expensive.
How expensive?
Boots are like, I mean, even the ones they had discounted were like $245.
Yeah, the genuine leather.
Yeah, and they have the hat section where they'll make your hat for you basically.
That's dope.
You know the ones that are like just like tall, rounded?
Yeah, like the 10-gallon hats.
Yeah, those are actually just cowboy hats that just haven't been molded yet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
you have the opportunity to mold them later, but all the ones that are like the 10-gallon rounded hats, those are just unmolded, regular ass cowboy hats.
Damn.
They had ones in cases that were like $2,000.
The hats?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so
Fancy
shocked.
living out in Texas.
Fancy living. And I know I've told a couple people this, but my favorite thing that I heard in Texas was I asked one of the workers at this place how their day was, and they said, if I had a tail, it'd sure be wagging. And I thought that shit was fucking adorable.
That is. That's some wholesome shit right there.
That was really good. Okay. We're doing synopsis time. We are very fresh off of Brokeback Mountain. Maybe we finished it 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I think regardless of okay, so how okay, I framed it last time. How are we framing the synopsis?
However you want to do it, brother.
You don't have an idea of what you want to
No.
do? I did the dolphin idea last time.
I know you did have the dolphin idea.
I need you to come up
and
with one.
I jumped right on in.
You sure did.
What about like an advertisement for Brokeback Mountain?
An ad, okay.
I want you to do the ad.
You want me to do the
Yeah,
whole
the whole ad.
For the mountain?
I'll ask some questions about it.
For the mountain of Brokeback.
Yeah,
I'm
Brokeback
doing
Mountain.
an ad.
Yeah.
What it's in Wyoming, right?
Yeah, it's like have it be like a popular tourist destination.
Is it okay, question. If I do like an aggressive accent, will it offend people?
It depends on what the accent's gonna be.
I'm thinking of doing the well.
I don't think that'll offend people.
No, you don't think so? I don't want to
Unless
offend
we got
anyone.
some old prospectors. Fucking-
Okay, here we go. Well, welcome to Wyoming. My name is Colonel Dandy Doolittle. And I'm here to tell you about my favorite place right here on this God-given earth, and that is Brokeback Mountain, where you can see all kinds of wildlife, naked cowboys, and, if you're even lucky, you get to see a lot of sheep. Like a lot of sheep.
How many sheep?
Maybe even a bear. Like at least like at least 1,000 sheep. I'm pretty sure. There are also multiple gangs of sheep. One of them, what was the other gang of sheep called?
I can't remember what. Chilean?
Yeah, there's the Chilean gang sheep, and then there's the regular 2-men sheep.
Nice.
And there's love on this mountain. Secret love. That you can only find right here. Way up in the high altitudes of the most beautiful place on earth. I ruined this accent.
I liked it. I thought it was going really well.
Brokeback Mountain.
I think it's excellent.
There
we go. There's
about
our
the story.
There's
nothing
our intro
about
to
the
Brokeback
story in
Mountain.
there.
So basically, Brokeback Mountain's about these two beautiful cowboys and their journey of love from the summer of 1963 up to 1983.
Yeah, a whole 20-year love.
Is it gonna go well in the world's most famous country for accepting
gay rights,
queer love?
Yeah. No.
Let's find out.
I can answer. That's no.
Yeah, it's a no.
It does go remarkably well though for a long
time.
Even the people who find out.
Relatively.
Even the people who find out
It destroys relationships.
It does. But even with the destroying of the relationships, like, I don't know, they're still kind of there.
Kind of best case scenario.
It literally
For
is
the
the best
time.
case scenario.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fucking Wyoming,
Except for
and
maybe
Texas,
the open-ended end of one of their lives.
Yeah, which I'm curious about your thoughts on that too.
Yeah.
But, so we have Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal
Uh-huh.
in this movie, which is really cool because I've maybe seen, is it 10 Things You Hate About Me or I Hate About You?
I've never seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
I've seen bits of it, and that's the only other
Heath
thing.
Ledger's in that one?
Yeah, that's the only other thing that I've seen Heath
Aside
Ledger
from The
in.
Dark Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
I hear A Knight's Tale's excellent.
I hear it's very good too.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to do a little Heath Ledger.
He sounds so much like Arthur Morgan
yeah,
in this
he
movie.
does.
For those of you who don't know, Arthur Morgan is the protagonist of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
Which is another cowboy
one of my favorite games ever made.
game, basically.
It's because he has such a tiny mouth.
Yeah, he does have a pretty small mouth.
He just kind of talks like.
Neither of them really have lips.
No,
Not really.
Yeah, it's so funny because
Little baby
Heath Ledger
asses.
has just like this tiny little face, and Jake Gyllenhaal has like the face of a Brazilian model this whole movie, which is so funny.
Yeah.
He just has like the most sculpted eyebrows I've ever seen, the closest shave I've ever seen. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, he's beautiful.
Yeah. They stay smooth during this whole movie.
They do. Also, Heath Ledger is doing an incredible accent for him being, British?
Oh, is that where he was from?
Yeah, he's British.
That I actually didn't know.
Really?
That's cool. No, I
no,
had no
he's
idea.
he's like an accent king.
I had
which is
no
pretty
idea.
cool.
I know that kind of comes with the territory with being an Aussie or an Englishman.
Yeah,
You know.
taking all of our roles.
Yeah, come
Silly,
on,
silly.
guys.
But I thought this movie was so interesting in its approach to this, like the time jumps and stuff. Because
Yeah.
we get like the entire summer of '63.
Yeah, I didn't know I thought the whole movie, because I'd never
Kinda
seen it
took
before.
place around that.
I thought the whole thing took place during their like summer on the mountain.
I did too.
Not like
20,
for their
20
entire
years.
lifetime, basically. Yeah.
Which is cool. And just the beginning of it is so quiet. Like the first, until they leave that mountain, it's like largely silent.
Yeah, they don't talk a ton.
No.
The first time they make sweet, sweet love is... They honestly don't really talk much then either.
It's not sweet, sweet love either. I don't think.
It's a little aggressive.
It's very
At
aggressive.
the beginning. Yeah.
It was very aggressive. I would be pissed that my shirt.
The
was
guy
being
gets in
ripped
the
that
tent,
much.
like, Ennis, that's his name, right?
Ennis, yeah.
Ennis gets in the tent, and Jack immediately, like, just has his dick out. He's like, I know that you want this.
Yeah.
And if he didn't want it, it would, like, assuredly be sexual assault.
Criminal assault.
But Ennis wants it very much.
Yes.
So it's all fine.
It's all fine. But yeah, it seemed really painful. I think if someone was like grabbing my fucking, be like, hey.
A little handsy.
Little handsy.
Little aggro.
But there was no smooching.
No smooching the first time.
None at all.
None. It was just straight to business.
But that's why I like how prepared Jake Gyllenhaal was. Like the next time they did it, he like said it real nice. His shirt was already off in there, and he was like, "We're gonna be gentle this time."
He was posing all nice.
It was very cute.
Also, it really did throw me off that Jake Gyllenhaal's character wasn't the top.
Right?
I was convinced that Ennis was just so meek and quiet. I was convinced that he was going to be the bottom.
100%.
But, you know, I stood corrected.
Yeah. Yeah, that surprised me too.
Yeah.
I was very shocked by that. But I guess, like, as the story goes on, I guess it kind of makes more sense.
That Ennis is the top?
It does.
Yeah,
It makes
does.
more sense. But, I mean, immediately they leave and they get married and stuff, and I was like, first of all...
Well, let's also talk about when Teddy Roosevelt sees them roughhousing in the nude, basically.
Yeah, it was just their hats.
Oh, were they actually just in their hats when they were roughhousing like that?
I think they had pants on.
They had pants on.
Pants and hats, and I'm pretty sure that was
So basically, Teddy Roosevelt is the guy, for those of you that haven't seen the film or have seen the film and don't remember the Teddy Roosevelt-looking character. He's like the foreman. He's like the guy that like sends him out.
Aguirre's?
Aguirre, yeah. Who like sends him out to do all this sheep herding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all they're doing in this movie. They're like sheep herding through the summer.
Let's also talk about the dog actor, the dog that is in this movie.
Oh, it was like an
watching
actual
the sheep.
shepherd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like weeping over his lost...
Sheep.
He's like, I couldn't save him, boss.
That's what we should have done. That should have been the synopsis, was from the dog's
Is the dog's perspective a dog's life?
They're like, these guys are nowhere to be found ever.
They're just jerking each other off
I'm
while I'm doing
just-
all the heavy
Yeah.
lifting. They're eating beans, fucking each other like hoodlums.
I don't even get no beans.
Come on. I'm just eating fucking... What are they feeding that dog?
What are they feeding that fucking dog?
They're eating like garbage. That dog's eating worse, man.
Oh, yeah. That dog is
They're
just
probably-
kind of picking up
I
scraps,
hope that
probably.
they fed that dog a little bit of the elk they got.
I do, too. They should have. They should have showed it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, just showed up. See, this is why we're in charge.
Stupid
Can you
animal.
do that?
What do you think?
Can you shoot a gun? I was also talking to Alex at the beginning of this movie about... Sorry, I took a sip of the coffee there. Just about how much, like, humankind has just dominated every other animal. Like,
Yeah.
like the extent to which, like...
You talking about a mule?
Yeah, there's, like, humans in nature, like, before animal husbandry. And there's just, like some dude that's, like... He, like, goes up to a mule. If they existed as mule at the time. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna put you to work, son. Like...
He was like, huh?
Yeah, I'm carrying this backpack. It'd be a whole lot better if you carried it. I'd really appreciate that.
You have 4 limbs touching the ground.
And he's just like, "Rrr," you know,
All right.
big dummy.
That's so funny. Like, hey, what if I sit on you?
Yeah, and I fed
Horses
you.
are like,
I fed you. I let you shit anywhere you want, and you owe me your life.
You will most likely die because of me.
Yes, like absolutely because of me. And if you inconvenience me in any way through illness or injury, I will kill you on the spot.
No matter what, I'm just gonna whip you. Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing a great job. I just need you to move a
It's
little
done. I wonder
faster.
if PETA liked this movie. They were like throwing the sheep around pretty like wholeheartedly.
I did like that they
Which
were
I mean, I
carrying
get
the
that's what
baby
you. Well, that's
sheep.
I guess I get that that's what you got to do when you're, you know, fucking wrangling 1,000 sheep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to toss a sheep.
No,
you
Jake
know?
Gyllenhaal like had the back legs of one and was just pulling it along.
Yeah.
And he was fighting so hard and eventually just gave up and fell on its side.
Didn't
I
he
was
have it like on his head or something? It was like kicking him a little bit.
Well, that was like because they were carrying around baby sheep too.
Yeah, and they
like
did
just
not-
like in their laps on their horses.
Yeah.
But there was a point when they were trying to separate the
Yeah.
gangs of
Yeah, because the
sheep.
Chileans like bring their sheep in,
And
probably
they're just
try
trying
to
to
take some from
separate the sheep.
Yeah. trying to figure out whose
Yeah.
sheep are whose.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's character is getting so flustered.
was such a big
he just like
mountain.
yanks one behind him.
Yeah, just dragging it. How many times do you think they dragged that poor sheep?
Oh, a lot.
Damn.
A lot. I hope they showered that sheep with love and a hot bath.
Yeah, me too. Wonder how much they paid the sheep wranglers for this movie.
Oh, a lot.
You know,
A
because there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's some gorgeous, gorgeous shots at the beginning of this
That's
movie.
actually a really good question. I wonder how they did all that stuff. Like, do you think they just, like, went up to these horse wranglers and were like, or sheep wranglers and were like,
They
hey, can
probably-
we just, like, film around you?
Yeah, they probably were traveling with rustlers. Or they literally just had the budget where they're like, yeah, whatever, we can fucking rent a herd of sheep.
That's a lot of sheep
For a
to
month.
rent. That's terrible. That would, no way. No way.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean-
they only spent $14 million on the movie, so maybe they didn't do that.
That's valid. But they needed to set
But I don't know how much renting a herd of sheep is for a month.
But I also feel like a lot of the budget probably went to the stylization of the era. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Is my guess.
Well, I mean, the one thing with it, they never, like, had to do any, like, big downtown sort of sequences with any of this.
No, but
They were all,
they
like,
had the
individual
cars
sets.
and
Yeah, but that's, like,
the
not-
rodeos and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I would assume, but I could
Went
be
into a
wrong.
little bit more of the cost.
Yeah.
Probably paid Jake Gyllenhaal fucking half of it.
Yeah, for sure. And Heath Ledger at the time. Heath Ledger was
Heath Ledger
big.
was pretty big at the time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway
Did
and
Dark Knight...
Michelle Williams.
Did Dark Knight come out at, like, the same time as this? When
No,
did
Dark Knight
come
came out in 2008, I think.
Oh, really?
The Batman Begins came out this year
Oh,
in
okay.
2005.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure, if you're looking it up.
Yeah, 2008. So it was released 3 years after, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was probably, he probably was seeing Batman Begins in between takes for Brokeback Mountain.
Damn.
You know?
Well, but he wasn't in the first Batman, was he?
No, but he could watch it at a movie
Oh,
theater.
he was watching it.
That's what I would assume.
Yeah.
You know?
Watching it in his trailer.
Yeah.
I could be a bad guy in that.
Who were your favorite secondary characters?
My favorite secondary characters.
Because it was so cool seeing Anne Hathaway, Michelle Williams. Linda Cardellini was my biggest surprise character to see.
Yeah, Linda Cardellini was fun.
And David Harbour.
Yeah, David Harbour was totally unexpected.
Very
in
quick.
this.
Very quick in it.
Good old David in there.
Yeah.
Another lover.
Another lover.
You know.
Everyone's a lover.
I like how Jake Gyllenhaal's character Jack Twist is just so good at spotting out who's gay.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
moment like a gay man walks on screen that has not been announced as
Jack
gay.
is like-
Jack Twist basically is like looking at the camera and is like, I'm gonna get that son of a bitch.
He's like, watch this,
yeah,
guys.
watch this. They can't resist a healthy bottom.
No,
There's
not at all. He knows what's up.
Yeah, you just can't. I can't turn this goddamn charm off. He says. My favorite.
He also has the most incredulous lean ever from the very
Yeah,
beginning.
he does.
He like leans on a car. I'm like, oh my god, that is a moment.
He's gotta stretch
He's
his
having
back
a
out.
moment. His
Yeah.
hips are just so
He's got to keep him loose,
flexible.
baby.
Yeah.
I guess my favorite character was my favorite secondary character was probably Alma Jr.
Yeah.
I liked
okay.
Alma Jr. a lot because she's like one of the few people in the movie that's like that is able to endure her father's emotional distance.
And she like loves him for
She
it.
loves him, and she, not that I'm condoning, like
Do you think
fathers
that she
fathers
knows,
and
though?
lovers being like overtly like emotionally distant and like
Right,
avoidant
yeah,
of
yeah.
responsibility.
Do you think she
But-
knows that he's gay?
I don't know.
I'm very
You think
curious
she
about
does?
that. I think she does.
Yeah,
I think
she's
she
like
does.
silently acknowledges it.
I mean, because yeah, you have to have the question of why did my parents get divorced? Why are this, that, and the other thing? And I don't know. Unless the mom would like
Say
quote unquote
shit.
like protect, her in this time. When
Yeah,
that
which in
wasn't
this time period
accepted.
she probably totally would.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but the mom knew and just kept it silent. You know what I mean? Like she'd known for many years.
Yeah, dude, the moment that I'm sorry, I'm drinking all of. I told Alex I didn't want any of his coffee. Now I'm drinking all of it. The moment that like Jack comes back to visit Ennis after those like 4 years of having not seen each other, and they immediately just start making out at the base of the staircase
In the garage,
and,
like, or in the parking lot?
Alma, as in Ennis's first wife or ex-wife, I guess, wife at the time,
It's just staring out the
immediately
window.
sees it. I'm like, boys.
Bro, okay. The part
I get that it's been 4 years. I get that you're excited. You're literally afraid that if you get caught doing this, that you will be beaten to death by
And
a
your
tire
dick
iron
will
and
be
your
ripped
dick
out.
will be ripped off.
Yeah.
You guys, you got lucky there, fellas.
It was so funny because Luke like had the same reaction he had during 50 Shades of Grey when stuff started getting kind of like hairy, where he like jumped up and started running around. He was like, "What are you doing, partner?"
I was like, at this time and place, fellas, you got a whole week of fishing ahead
He was
of you.
like, "Goodness gracious!"
Come on,
He was doing the accent. It was
each other
so
a
fucking
brotherly
funny.
hug. You can smooch even like when you're pulling out of the driveway, but right there with your haggard wife onlooking.
Bro, the best part was leading up to that. How little of a shit he gave about his entire family.
Yeah, man.
He was walking through the house just packing his stuff.
No, and he was
and
just so
like,
excited.
Yeah, he like his girl's like, "Pick me up." He's like, "Okay," and he turns to his wife and is like, "Take my
Well,
child."
he did. He picked her up, kissed her, and then immediately passed her off. Yeah.
Oh, it was really, really funny. Oh,
Yeah.
it was the best. And there are quite a few moments in this when that kind of stuff is happening where they're just like, I don't give a fuck about my life right
Yeah.
now.
I also do understand that the Ennis pissed me off a few times. I totally understood why he was so fearful.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he doesn't want to get fucking hate crimed.
Yeah.
You know?
Childhood trauma and
which
stuff.
is a very, like, you know, understandable fear. When Alma's like, can we wear protection? I don't want to have another kid with the little money we have. And he's like, I don't like that. And I couldn't tell whether it was a type of thing. I couldn't tell whether it was a type of thing where she was saying it, one, because she like genuinely didn't want to have another baby with him, or two, if she was like grossed out that he has sex with men.
No. Her closer to what her verbiage was like, it was like, I want to make sure you're gonna be here for this kid.
Yeah.
Because he was being very distant either way.
Yeah.
And I think she was someone who would stick with him no matter what.
Yeah.
Up to a point, you know what I mean? Until he like threatened to hit her or whatever.
When did he do that?
Well, no, I guess that was post the
post divorce.
Yeah, where he's like, "Watch your mouth."
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was like, if you're gonna be around, I'll do it. And he was like,
he's like, I might not be though.
But he's just lived his life, and I think kind of retrospectively, that's why the ending was a little bit more powerful, considering was because he was afraid to make the choices that would ultimately benefit him and would be an advancement toward love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's like his opposite. The thing that kind of kept him excited was Jack, who had these grand ideas and these plans, and he loved Brokeback Mountain, and he saw like the beauty in so many different things.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to the ending of it, he, like, his own daughter expects him to not go to her wedding.
Mm-hmm. Because he's been so avoidant.
And he's like,
these 19, 20 long years.
Yeah. And even the moments where he doesn't, I mean, there's a moment where he's like, I mean, how long have you known this guy? Whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he brought it back to himself, where he's like, I guess I didn't know Jack super. We had a 2-month stint and then just kind of met each other year after year after year. And then,
but their love was real, goddammit.
Yeah, but now
it could have been more.
He's like choosing love, so I think in the end, like when he's like looking at, we haven't talked about it, but Jack dying, and like, no, he's like, I swear, I think that's what I took from it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, because and you kind of get at the end, like when he's looking at Jack's like the shirt and the flannel that he takes from Jack's parents' place. Mm-hmm. He's kind of like, God damn it, Jack. Because, like, Jack would have wanted him to do that.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Jack always chose love.
He did.
And we don't know whether or not love got him killed or if it actually was a tire accident.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, basically what happens is we get we get a postcard from Ennis. It gets delivered back to him and says Jack is deceased. So he calls...
Oh, that's what that is. Just the deceased stamp.
Yeah.
I thought it was like some weird thing where they like... The letter got put in the mail and then it like got to the other post office and they somehow knew that Jack had died and they're like, just so you know, he's also dead. And they sent it off.
That would be such a fucked up way to find out that someone you love died, is just getting a letter and there just being a stamp that said they're dead.
I mean, that's what happened to Ennis here.
No, it's so sad.
I know.
So he gets his postcard and he calls Jack's wife, played by Anne Hathaway. He's like, "How did it happen?" And she's like, she has this.
And she's
energy.
also very detached from the whole thing.
She's very detached, very angry almost, and I'm not sure if she was aware of their situation. It seems like she maybe did. But he's basically like, yeah, or she's like, yeah, he was changing a tire and it blew up in his face. It like ripped off his jaw and no one came and he choked on his own blood and died. But then it cuts to
like 3 men
like just
beating the
shit
shit
out of him.
Yeah.
And it could be the thing that actually happened, or it could be the trauma that Ennis had like experienced, and it's like his brain making that up. What do you think about that? Talk to me.
I at first was like, that probably is what actually happened. Like, because I feel like that's kind of like ironic that like, you know, Ennis has had this fear that like this person that he loves is gonna be like, you know,
castrated,
like castrated and murdered.
Yeah.
When in like reality he ends up like just going out in a freak accident, like regardless of his, you know, orientation or anything.
Yeah.
But then like as we get closer toward the end and like you hear that like Jack was considering like doing the same thing that he was proposing to Ennis with this other guy from Texas who's like also involved in the company. Mm-hmm. At that point I'm like, oh, well then maybe they did figure it out,
yeah,
and killed him, because also at the same time it's like he like doesn't live in the middle of nowhere really at this point. Like if he's changing a tire, it's probably like at his house or like at the
cabin,
like no, not even the cabin, like at the house or like at the like the dealership.
Right.
Where he's working, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I'm feeling like those would be, like, generally high traffic areas, and you'd probably notice someone that's, like, bleeding out on the ground.
Sure.
But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. And that
know.
is what actually happened. I think it's cool that it's left kind of open-ended. At least it seemed to me that it was open-ended.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if they ever, like, said what the official cause of death for Jack was.
It does seem...
But it's powerful, too, because it just shows, like, how ruled by fear Ennis is with this whole situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, rightfully so. I mean, it's definitely a very bad time in American history for queer love.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
But it did seem, though, that Jack was a little bit more open with it toward the end, because his parents knew. He was, like, bringing lovers and saying that, like, we're gonna build a cabin on the ranch and all this stuff.
Yeah. Not that he explicitly said they were lovers.
Right, but I mean, it's like implied.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he got assaulted.
Yeah.
I think it's easier for anyone around him at the time to have been like it was a tire iron.
And they didn't like him anyway, too.
Yeah.
Even if he like wasn't gay.
Mm-hmm.
They already didn't like him because of like where he came from, like socioeconomically and all that stuff too, you know.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I think. I'd be curious to like dig into some like Ang Lee videos and like see what his interpretation of it was too.
Yeah,
you know, or even just the ending as well. But I think, and we haven't really done like true romance movies, really, I don't think, for the pod. And in terms of this, I think its progression naturally over time worked so well.
Yeah, super well.
And you get this notoriety, I think, from a film like this for Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. Because I don't know, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Gyllenhaal did Donnie Darko before this and a couple of other things.
He for sure did, yeah.
But I don't know, like I really felt it. It was very real and earnest, and
yeah, really, like they did a really good job of like portraying like the internal struggle without it being like huge screaming arguments all the time.
Especially from like the cowboy standpoint, where it's like no matter what, you're gonna kind of be closed off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like the stoicism of it all was additionally heartbreaking. You know, because like you have like. You know, it's an interesting sort of examination because you have this sort of like caricature of like what like American masculinity is. You know, you think like fucking cowboy,
Mm-hmm.
like straight as an arrow. When in reality, there were like a lot of
Closeted,
like
folks, yeah.
queer cowboys and like queer Western folks,
Yeah.
like trans people out in the Old West, like leaving the East Coast and everything to try to find a better life and things too,
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that kind of that examined through this sort of like American, like mythological character type, basically.
Yeah, and even the time period itself. I mean, there are still cowboys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the open West, you had so much privacy too at the same time.
Yeah.
So to like live your life and truly discover, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of open-ended mysteries and secrets that like deserve to be explored like this. Even though this isn't like a real telling of something, I think it's like pretty interesting though that it happened.
But it is
For
like
sure
such a relatable story too. Like
Yeah,
you
it
can
is,
totally
yeah,
envision
absolutely.
this, and this was for. I'm sure this was like many people.
I'm sure this was remarkably close to
You know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of things
Like
that happened.
so many people's actual lives were so much like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really
Yeah.
heartbreaking and joyous at times to see, and then simultaneously heartbreaking and
Yeah, it is.
very sad.
I would like to see kind of where like the wives of these two men ended up too.
Yeah,
Just like me personally, I'm just like, what happened to these people?
that's fair.
You know?
Yeah,
Especially with Ennis ending up being so distant and living in a trailer and just kind of
like what's
sheltering
Alma
himself
doing?
away from
Yeah.
And he never went back to Brokeback
I was
Mountain.
curious if we were. Yeah. I was wondering if he was ever going to go back to Brokeback Mountain, and I had the idea that maybe he was going to like burn one of Jack's shirts up on the mountain
Yeah.
and spread those ashes.
Yeah.
But
I think the part that broke my heart the most was like when Anne Hathaway and his mom were like, Brokeback Mountain was his favorite place and he loved it and it was like all beauty and stuff, and I'm like, oh, he just loved him.
yeah,
It didn't matter about the place.
he loved him so much.
He drove 14 hours 2 or 3 times a year just to see him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he really did love that man.
I want to care that much.
You will. You
I'm
would drive up
sure.
14 hours to see me on no mountain?
No.
Come on.
I don't have a car.
Jesus Christ.
I'd be like, you can Venmo me for
I'd
gas.
Amtrak it. I'd be like that old man that fucking took every Amtrak
Yeah.
on the U.S. line.
If you're going to North Dakota, man, dude, I gotta.
I'm gonna ride a horse all the way back for you.
Yes. Oh my God. You gotta get yourself a hat.
Yeah, I do want to learn how to ride a horse.
You should, man. That would be so much
That'd be
fun.
very fun.
I learned how to ride a horse in
you?
Christian camp.
Yeah?
I did.
For the Crusaders?
Yeah, and it bit my calf.
Oh, man.
But it was like a nibble and it scared me and I screamed and the horse got scared and then I started petting the horse and it was nice and we became best friends.
Cute.
Yeah.
Mutual trauma bonding.
Yes.
That's cute.
Just what was your favorite part about this movie? What was your least favorite part about this movie?
Ooh. My least favorite part was how Ennis was willing to just destroy every relationship he had in his life because he was afraid of who he was.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, that's also my least favorite part about society. My favorite part, I honestly really liked just seeing, and obviously like so many aspects of Jack's life were so sad, but I really liked just seeing Jack succeed in life.
Yeah, he's
You
doing
know?
super well.
That was a really nice thing to see.
We also only saw his baby once.
I liked it when he stood up to his father-in-law.
That
was
was
like, this
cool.
is my fucking house, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, he goes off on him.
Like, you've never fucking liked me. I mean, he doesn't say that in the scene, but, that's the vibe we get.
Yes.
Yeah, puts his foot down. I like that. Yeah, those are... I mean, and then just in terms of, like, the I loved the shots when they were on Brokeback Mountain. It was just, like, such a beautiful...
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Like, the scenery was so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
gorgeous.
liked all the animals and such. Yeah. What about you?
I think my favorite scene, I think just it pairs with your reaction too, just when they see each other for the first time after 4 years.
And they fucking smooch on it?
Yeah, and that's like arguably the most dramatic part of this movie.
I would agree.
You know what I mean?
They just don't give a fuck.
They don't care, and like
Yeah.
in the leading up to that, how much Ennis is proving he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then Luke just jumping up and down, cursing in the
What are y'all
Texas
doing
accent.
in front of your wife? Come
It
on,
was the
boys.
best. My least favorite part, I don't know. I think it's hard because I like Ennis's character because he makes terrible decisions.
Yeah. That's self-destructing behavior.
Yeah.
You see yourself in him?
Yeah. No. Not me. Not like that. I feel like I'm more of a Jack than anything else. I like to fish for the beauty of things if I can find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, I feel like a nice mixture of both, honestly. I have moments where I'm like, I don't care.
I'm feeling like an Ennis today.
Yeah.
Drink 7 beers, then leaves to drink more.
But I don't know.
Yeah, Ennis was a certified alcoholic.
They were both kind of certified alcoholics.
Yeah.
But then I thought their argument was stupid. Like their big blowout. I thought that was stupid.
Why?
I don't know. I was just. Maybe it was just I was disappointed. Dude. Like you're divorced. You can go wherever you want to go.
Oh, to Ennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? You know.
They could have gone somewhere Canada.
Or Mexico.
They
Go to Mexico.
They could have gone to Mexico.
They would have loved it.
Seemed like Mexico was chill. Yeah.
You can drink so much tequila.
Yeah.
Remain alcoholics. You can do whatever you want. You clearly don't like your kids. But then again, also my favorite part was the very, very end, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When Alma goes to see her pa.
Yeah, Alma June.
Yeah. Alma June Jr.
Yeah, just to kind of see the growth.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. I also thought their aging effects didn't work well for me.
They did a great job with the sideburns.
We were laughing because like 20 years goes by and like the main thing that changes is just they get big sideburns.
Yeah,
and
still
then
fit as fuck. Don't worry.
Jake Gyllenhaal gets a mustache after 10 years. He still has
Yeah,
that
I like
crazy
how
lean.
fucking like this is one thing. I feel like movies don't display the physical effects of alcoholism very well.
No.
Because everyone's always got a flat tummy. They're pounding back fucking 12 shots, 18 beers. You know?
Just not handling it. I mean, they handle it remarkably well.
They handle it so well. It's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
neither of them go bald. They still have the sharpest jaw lines.
Yeah, just a little bit of wobbly juice.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know?
They're still just the most handsome men on the planet.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Do you have any lasting thoughts?
Good movie.
Good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I feel like I should have cried at some points. I didn't cry.
Yeah, I'm heartless, so I didn't.
You're not heartless.
It just numbed my heart.
You have the biggest heart ever.
I know. That's why it hurts me so much.
No.
No.
Okay. So, what is your ranking out of handmade cigarettes?
Hand
rolled cigarettes.
I'll give it an 8.5.
An 8.5.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am gonna give this an 8.2.
Ooh.
8.2.
Ooh.
It was really good. It was excellent. It's a long haul, and I liked that
It's not that long.
It was kind of
2 hours and 14 minutes. It flew.
Okay, well,
I thought it flew.
I think what makes it fly though is not expecting the time jumps. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I feel like if I was expecting that, then it would be. But like I was like, oh
You'd
my
be
god,
like,
how much
now
time
it's
is going?
this time, or now it's a year later.
I like.
Do these guys ever stop?
God. I like being confused. What's your beef score?
I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it like a Texas like a fucking what's like a Salisbury steak TV dinner.
Oh,
But like it like brings you back memories of like of another time that had nothing to do with like the Salisbury steak microwavable dinner. You know,
I like a Stouffer's, like an OG Stouffer's.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
you were eating it, you got a little drunk, you had your first kiss. Had some fucking Salisbury steak TV dinner.
I like
your
it.
downtime.
I like I want like a bourbon glazed
Damn.
jerky, you know?
Oh, like the venison jerky they were making.
Yes, but it's still beef jerky.
I see.
But it's like a glazed bourbon. It's just like tasty and like you can fall into it. It's chewy, it's dense, it tastes real
Don't
good.
get stuck now.
Don't get stuck now. You clean your teeth.
Clean your teeth. Clean those chompers.
Floss, 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 floss. So yeah, cool. I feel good about that.
Me too.
That was Brokeback Mountain, 2005.
Me too.
On to sponsorships. This is the sponsor time.
Portion of the show. Sponsorship. That's part of the show.
Let's go. Luke drank all my coffee.
My sponsor is more... Oh, I'm sorry. I probably made so much noise when I put it down right next to the microphone. My sponsor is More Coffee. You ever just wished that you were drinking coffee and you finished your coffee and then you just wished, man, I wish there was more coffee. But you didn't want to get up. You didn't want to make any more coffee. You didn't want to even buy any coffee. Well, with More Coffee, it's a one-time payment of $1,000. It lasts for your entire life. You can pass it on to 3 other friends.
Ooh.
And it's just called More Coffee. And when you're out of coffee, you're laying in bed, and you're just feeling so doggone sad you can't even get up. You say, man, I wish I had more coffee. You have to say it like that, and then Jeeves comes in.
More coffee.
Yeah, Jeeves.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what Jeeves says. He goes, whoa, because that's the sound his little motor makes because he's on wheels. You go, whoa, and he brings in a perfect temperature coffee that's not going to burn your little mouth.
But still hot.
Not too hot. But if you like really hot coffee, it will be hot. Because More Coffee is made just for you.
And what's it called?
More coffee.
More coffee.
More memories. More coffee.
I like that slogan. That's good.
Thank you.
I would like to be sponsored by a label maker. But when you label something that's yours, like if I put Alex M. period on anything, it is claimed as mine federally.
Alex wants that because I steal all of his shit.
Everyone is stealing.
I ask one time, I'm like, can I please? And he's like, fine. And then I just do it every time after that because I assume permission has been granted for life.
Everyone in my household, in our collective household, mooches and steals. It's so bad.
I'm the worst, but I'm also the most giving.
Yeah, Luke is the most giving, which gives him. If you weren't giving,
yeah, I'd be the fucking worst. I can't be a mooch and a hypocrite.
Yeah, that's very
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's very valid.
So I'll be a mooch.
So I want a label maker that anything I label becomes mine on a federal level.
On a federal level.
That it goes to court. It's like he put the label on it. It's his. Like it's
What would the penalty be?
10 years in prison.
10 years. I got multiple life sentences. Baby.
You can get off for 5 years by giving it back 100 times over. So like if you steal a piece of like if you steal Oreos, you need to get me 100 boxes of Oreos.
100 boxes.
And you can get.
Shouldn't it be just 100 Oreos?
No, you get 100 boxes. If you take anything of mine, you have to the whole thing. Give it back
damn.
100 times over.
What's the most expensive thing I've stolen from you?
My time. But I appreciate that because we spend a lot of time together.
This is the end of the bucket of beef show, ladies and gentlemen. I've taken too much of this boy's time.
So I want to call it.
Gimme back.
Yeah, the gimme back label maker.
Gimme back.
Just don't steal my shit. Is the
name of the product.
Just don't steal my shit.
Who steals the most of your shit aside from me? It's probably realistically me.
It's just you mostly.
Just me.
I think Roma does it quietly, secretively, and then will lie about it. That's what I think.
See, I'm just bold-faced. I don't lie about it.
Yeah, Luke will never lie about it. He'll be like, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy.
Mostly I got high and hungry.
Yeah. This man just eats food. And that's okay.
I'm literally a goat.
You
all this time I've said I'm like a gopher, like people think I'm a golden retriever. I'm a goat.
You are a goat.
I'm a goat with a good disposition. Like that's literally it.
Like you lift your head up to say hi and then you go right back to it. And
yeah.
So okay, cool. More time and don't touch my shit.
Yeah. / gimme that.
/ gimme that. I like gimme that.
I like it too.
It's all one word.
Yeah. Gimme tat.
Give me that. More coffee. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to the 26th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show.
The Bucket of Beef Show.
My name is Alex Morrison.
Are we doing thanks to the patrons?
Fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, guys, I don't ever forget about you. This guy over here,
I don't forget, damn it.
this guy's a fair weather friend. You know, well,
Yeah.
I appreciate every
Fair
single one of
weather,
you.
eh? I'm going to put Luke to the test right now.
You want me to name every single patron?
Absolutely. Here, I'm going to set you up for it. I got you.
You don't know every single patron.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm bad then.
It's okay. You're going to do great. I'll help you along the way if you
Oh,
can.
Jesus.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Bucket of Beef Show. If you're interested in more content, lots more content, make sure to go to patreon.com/Bucket of Beef Show, where you can listen to our exclusive The Last of Us podcast, our horror movie podcast, and currently our Power Rangers podcast.
Power Rangers.
You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Bucket of Beef Show, where you get to vote for what we watch next. Thank you guys so much for choosing Brokeback Mountain. It's always a pleasure. And shout out to our patrons.
Shout out to our
No, don't
patrons.
look it up, you
we
asshole.
We got Amanda,
Don't look it up.
Jason,
You're about to miss some.
Jenny, I know, Victor, Dina, Julia L, Dwight, Adam,
Yep,
Brittany,
I know where they're at on the list.
Olga, Rick, Nicole, Nikita. Who am I forgetting?
Steven.
Steven. Thank you so much, Steven.
I think that's it.
Just Steven. And how could I forget? Oh, how could I forget this great one? Nicholas!
Oh, sweet baby boy.
Thank you, baby boy.
We'll
Let's
see
go
ya.
fishing sometime.
Let's go fishing on Brokeback Mountain. All right. We'll see you guys on 27. Again, my name is Alex Morrison.
My name is Luke Hudson.
And we're going to go
Mwah.
hit him with the outro.
Mwah.
Ending of the pod.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Beef.
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the bucket.
Bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
Beef.
Seasoned to perfection.
Divine.
Too wet.
Beef.
It's a masterpiece, baby.
Beef.